was that moment for you where you realize NBA might be a chance for me?
I think for me it was when I was a freshman in high school and I was playing against the Dream Team V2 with Kobe and all of them, and I played them in Vegas actually. And when I played that game, you know, you're a young kid, you're playing against literally the best players in the world. And, you know, everyone's in their prime. Bron's in his prime. Kobe's still in his, like, prime. Deron Williams is on the team who, you know, was regarded as the #1 point guard in the NBA. And Kevin Love was on the Minnesota Timberwolves in his prime. Tyson Chandler just won a championship with Dallas. Like, you know, we could keep
That's
going
a
down.
squad.
You know, Anthony Davis just got drafted number 1. So, like, I remember that moment. I had a whole summer of playing against, like, you know, this is people back in the day we talk about Grievous Vasquez and all the Andre Karolinko, Timothy Mozgov, and all these players. And I was on the bench most of the summer, but just watching these guys play and stuff, I was like, man, I could bust their ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I could do that. If they give me a chance to go on the court, I could do something special. And this is me at 15.
Yeah, how old were you then? You were 15.
Yeah, I was 15. And I remember when I played that game against in Vegas, and it was not like I went out there and had like 20 points, 10 rebounds. Like I had like 5 points. I think I had like 5 points and like 2 assists, 3 assists. I only played the fourth quarter, but like the fact that when I got on the court, how comfortable I felt making behind the back passes against the best players in the world, shooting threes, you know, feeling confident in my skills out there and stuff, and producing some sort of stats and feeling like I looked the part. Like I looked like I was supposed to be.
You felt
there.
like you belong.
Yeah. So I was like, when I had that, I was like, nah, when I get to the NBA, I'm going to be a problem. It wasn't even about making it anymore. It was about when I get there, the league ain't going to be ready for me.
Yeah.
And you know, I was a freshman. So like what? I had sophomore, I skipped my junior year. I reclassified to be a senior. So I had 3 years where I was like, bro, I got 3 to 4 years of more like seasoning before I get to the NBA. Like,
that's some great experience right there.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, when I got to the NBA, I was already my freshman year. I was like, they can't fuck with me when I get there.
Yeah.
I already knew when I got there.
You go back to school though, like, damn, that's
right.
That's swag. Like you go back to school, like, yeah, I just had a little open run with, you know.
But you know, people, it's so funny how Americans
AD
right?
and them. What you say, AD and them?
Yeah.
Play a little ball with AD
Kobe
and them. Yeah, Kobe and them. Not crazy.
Pick and roll.
Y'all niggas here weak.
Now I'm playing Lil Bobby from Lil East Brunswick and shit.
Lil Bobby, 5'8" and shit.
I was always very confident in myself. I never felt like it just boosted my confidence. So I knew I had like, my mindset went from like making the college anymore, and now my whole mindset was like, this is the training camp I have till I'm in the NBA. So I got 3 to 4 years. I got to be so locked in because when my time comes, I want to make the most of it. And I thought about that for 3 to 4 years about how when it's my moment, I'm gonna be ready. You know, and I did what I needed to do.
No, that's awesome. What was your like welcome to the NBA moment?
Personally, for me, it was when I walked in the locker room. I was like halfway during my rookie year, and I looked at my jersey, and we were playing the Memphis Grizzlies, and I was like, wow, like, I don't know why it hit me then, but it was like, wow, like my name's on the back of an NBA jersey.
Yeah.
And like, you get so, I don't know if I was just so caught up in it being my rookie year, and I was like, I got to keep my head down, just keep working. And I finally, I think for that moment, rose my head up and was like, wow, like, look where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
So I think it was like that. I think in the basketball game, I don't know. It was one of those moments where it was like, I'm playing Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Tony. It was like something special, but I don't know. I just think that I for the first time, I rose my head up and I was in a great mental space and I was balling and I was on a good run. And I feel like I just rose my head up for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, like, I'm really here. KG walks in, what's up, Lord? Like, gives me a high five and like a handshake, whatever, a dap and everything. And I'm like, I'm really getting like a dap from KG, who's my locker neighbor, and my name is on the back of an NBA jersey, on a Wolves jersey.
Yeah. So
I was kind of like, I don't know. I think I always remember that moment because I just stood there for a little bit and I was like, wow, like, I really did this. Like, I really manifested this. I said I was going to do it and I did it. And now we get to go out here and play against, at the time, was one of the best teams in the West.
Yeah.
And it's Marc Gasol, who was known as the Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best centers in the NBA. And I get to go out there and compete against him. And then, you know, when I'm not against him, I'm against Zach Randolph, who I grew up and has been a monster. So I was just like, I don't know. I just felt like, I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, that this is my life. I don't think it was like a moment in the game where I was like, wow, like that. I just too confident, too much in the game, locked in. But I never really like took a time to take a step back and be like, wow, I'm in the NBA. Even when, like, you know, you get drafted number 1, you have that moment. It's great. You're on TV, but it feels like a whirlwind because, like, you go that finisher or after draft party, and then next thing you know, I'm on a PJ going to Minnesota to do the press conference, and then everything just moves full circle. You do finish press conference, then you're going right to working out to go to summer league, so I don't think I really ever like
got a chance to soak that shit in.
Yeah, like soak it in. And so it's like, what, 20-something games in, you're finally like, you're in the midst of it now. There's no more like the start of the season's over, so you don't, all the attention's on you and stuff. Now it's like, 25 games, 30 games in where it's like the media attention is not as hot, and trying to say everyone knows you're the number one pick. Everyone knows. Right. I've already had these amazing games where people was like, oh, he's already solidified. So now it's like, you just going through the moment, the movements. And I think at that moment when I got in the comfortable rhythm, I was like, damn, like I really did this shit.
All right, Jackie, it's time to check in on our picks again.
Shh. It's playoff times, man. It's getting serious right now. I got to focus.
I just won big thanks to Jamal Murray and the Joker beating their projections. How'd you do this week?
There you go again. You know I'm up as always. And people don't even know what we're talking about, man. Let the people know we're talking about Prize Picks.
So Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app where you pick 2 to 6 players like the video on your screen, then pick if they will have more or less than their Prize Picks projection. You aren't competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available. So Jackie, tell me about an entry that you won on this week.
All I did is projected that Stephen Curry was going to get more points than he was projected to get, and Jimmy Butler just did the same thing. I've just picked more and more because that's all it was. And you know what? I know how much money I won, too. But tell the Prize Pick people how much they can win.
So you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. And on top of that, all first-time users that deposit and use our promo code PODCASTP will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100.
That means if you deposit $20, Prize Picks will give you $20. If you deposit $100, Prize Picks will give you $100. Cha-ching!